morning, all you beautiful souls out there, and welcome to the Perseverance Under Pressure podcast. This episode, I want to share a little bit more about my own personal journey as a professional wrestler, some of the lessons, and the day's topic is going to be on preparation. Okay? So we covered patience, we've covered pressure, we're going to cover preparation. Now, most people spend so much time trying to prepare for life, prepare for the right job, the right opportunity, the right chance, right? I struggled with preparation and fear a lot growing up, and still, it took a lot of effort and a lot of self-discipline to overcome certain things that were limiting me when it came to doing things, taking action, right? So preparation is one thing. Taking action is a whole another ballgame. So with professional wrestling, one of the biggest things that I struggled with was, when I started off at 17, I was a scrawny, skinny little kid. I was probably, I want to say 175 pounds, maybe. My goal and my focus was to try to get above 200 pounds. That was, if I'm going to be a wrestler, I got to get above 200 pounds. And I just wanted to feel better about myself. I wanted more muscle. I wanted to look bigger. I wanted to look the part. And when we would wrestle, I remember the preparation for my first match was crazy. Like, I was so nervous and so scared, so worried about messing up that I was not present in any of the moments. I was not present in any of the training for the moves and the reactions that would come from the crowd, would come from the act of performing and telling a story. So one of the challenges that I had was when we started training, we outlined our matches, and so we called it green. That's a term. If you're green, that means you're new in the business, and so it's very difficult. You're learning an entirely new language. You're learning how to act. You're learning how to wrestle. You're learning how to tell a story with movements, with violence, with emotion. And so the challenging part is being present in that. And that's why with actors and comedians, they have improv. You're improving. You're doing improvisation to work with the crowd. You're in the moment. If somebody says something or they heckle you or they make fun of you, you're in the moment. You can respond, and it's a certain level of wittiness, of quick thinking, being quick-witted, being able to react and respond and not have to have everything so prepared and planned out. And so when it comes to preparation is a great tool to use to try to prevent failure, right? So if your house is burning down, you should have a preparation plan of fire exits, this is what we're going to do. And you've run these drills before so that when it happens, if it happens, you're prepared to take action. Preparing for your tests at school, right? You've got to study, you've got to be prepared so that when the time comes, you have the knowledge, you have the ability, you've seen it, you've refreshed it, you've kind of programmed it and downloaded it. So you're prepared to take the test and hopefully pass the test, right? But preparation in itself will become failure without action. Now that means so many people try to have the preparation meet the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, And if you listen to anybody talk about their life, their journey, their opportunities, none of it was perfect. There was never the right opportunity because of the preparation that you had done that made everything line up. You can prepare, but the one thing you can't prepare for is complete and utter randomness or chaos, which always tends to happen. So I remember in our first match, it was in Sturbridge, I believe, Sturbridge, Massachusetts, and we were wrestling our trainer and another older veteran in the business. And our trainer, well, we were wrestling one of our trainers. Our trainer, Kevin, was there, and Antonio Thomas, who had just gotten signed to WWE, is one half of the Heartthrobs at the time. So he was there, and I really wanted to impress, and I wanted to be able to go out and have the best match. I wanted to have the best match. We rehearsed this. We called it. We were running through the spots in the back. We were at practice, practicing it, the moves, selling to this corner, going to that corner, where we're going to be, how it's supposed to look. And I honestly, I can't remember anything today from the crowd, from any interactions, from any feelings that I had, other than trying to run the perfect match based on the preparation that we had. And so I don't remember much about it because I wasn't in the moment. I wasn't in the present with Aaron and Johnny and Zach. I was in my head running through this program that I had prepared that I don't remember what happened. I don't really remember how we won. I don't remember anything other than two of my classmates came to watch me because we went to high school together for my first match, and they were wrestling fans. But I want you guys to remember this. In anything that I've done, in anything that you're going to do, there's a certain level of preparedness that you want to have, right? If I'm going to be a wrestler, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to prepare my body. I'm going to practice taking bumps, so I'm preparing for the pain, for the bumps in the match. I might practice some of the moves so that we don't hurt each other and we know how to make it flow and look good and keep each other safe. But when we go out there, what I learned was the art of storytelling, the art of being able to improv when the time comes. So if you're so used to running a program, if you're so used to your disciplined routine that you can't take yourself out of that and mix it up when it needs to, you're going to run into problems in life. You're going to run into failures. When I started my SRT company, I was not prepared to enter $1 million lawsuit. That was nothing that you could prepare for. That was something that you could not fathom getting hit with and having to go through. So I was prepared. I built out my website. I had all of the pricing. We had the Instagram page set up. We were trying to message all of our people and email, and we were taking our videos, and we made our manual, and we made the videos for the online instructional videos, tutorials. I thought we were prepared, and life throws the curveball with a lawsuit. So in that preparation, I needed to be able to keep doing that and understand that that's still a part of building the business. But I also needed to understand I have to pivot, and I have to pivot hard and fast, and I've got to figure this out in real time. I don't have time to prepare for it. It's here. There's a lawsuit. There's attorneys. There's real money on the table. There's real legal action on the table. It is not something that I was prepared for or that you can really prepare for. Okay? So when in wrestling, we're running the script, right? We're running the match. We're calling what we want to do behind the scenes, and then we go out and we do it. The challenge becomes, what if the crowd's not there? What if the story that you're telling, nobody cares about? And a lot of the guys will just stay in their programmed routine because they've practiced and practiced and practiced, or they want to get their spots in, or they need to make sure that they're getting themselves over, versus being able to pivot and say, hey, everything we just prepared for, let's scratch it. We got to go out here. The crowd's not into it. They're not getting behind it. There's no booing. There's no interaction. We need to change, and we need to pivot so that we can pull them into it, so that we can start to feed off of the crowd. I'm not just going to go out there and run my rehearsed, programmed, prepared plan if it's not getting the desired results. So it really taught me lessons in, hey, it doesn't matter how much you prepare. Life's going to throw you curveballs. Like, even getting called to WWE the first time, I worked out, I sent videos, I messaged the office, I took professional photographs, I went to modeling school so that I could learn how to better walk the runway, learn how to present on camera, learn how to position objects and different things, right, that you're using for television. And none of that seemingly got me signed or got me called. What got me called was the woman recognized me as a trainer at the gym that she trained at. And so she called me. And so obviously I needed the preparation of looking good, working out, taking care of myself, bettering my craft, honing in on what I'm trying to do to become better every day. But I got called because I was a trainer and she recognized my face and then saw me as a wrestler. So the funny thing in life is you can prepare for anything. You can prepare for the worst case scenarios and they never happen. And have you wasted that time? No. But you also have to understand that you can prepare, and then when life throws you a curveball, and it's going to, you have to be able to pivot. The real failure is when preparation replaces action. If you can't act or react, or if you can't pivot, it doesn't matter how much you've prepared, you're going to fail. Okay? So I want you guys to keep that in mind. That's an important topic, preparation, because a lot of people don't prepare for anything. You have people that have paycheck to paycheck. They don't invest. They don't have a 401k. They don't have a life insurance policy. They're not prepared for the future. They're kind of just walking through life. Or you could spend your whole life preparing, and then you could get scammed, right? That happened to me. I lost $70,000 in an extortion scam, thinking that I was preparing, thinking that I was setting myself up, hoping that this was going to be a fantastic investment. And I had to learn how to pivot. Everything that I was planning, all of that money that I was investing in time and learning and doing these trades and putting money over here, thinking that this was going to help build my future, I'm preparing myself to have some financial freedom, and it was gone. And so, just like the lawsuit, you can't prepare for something like that. You can understand that you need to be prepared to an extent, but then you also have to be prepared to be able to pivot and leave your plan, leave your routine, leave whatever might be left on the table, and get up and walk away, because you have to change what you're doing. Your course of action has to change. Your path has become a different path. It's taking you in a different direction. So keep that in mind, guys. Preparation is important, but it is also mastering the ability to adapt and pivot when you need to, that's going to be a huge compliment to whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are. Understand you need to learn how to pivot, which is a part of surrender. It's a part of letting go, which we're going to talk about in another episode. But in order to be prepared, you also have to be prepared to pivot and change everything that you've just prepared for when it needs to. All right. So thanks for watching episode 6, guys. As always, again, hit that wherever we have it on the video. Hit that subscription button. Hit that notification bell. Hit that like, please. And please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you have anything that you can contribute for your own stories, I'd love to hear about it. If you want me to cover any other topics, please, again, comment. Let me know. And I will see you guys